you're like, oh wow, I smell of that restaurant, right? That's what energy is like. It sticks to you, it glues to you, it transfers in all sorts of ways. And so the energy that we experience, the energy that we're around is the energy that we absorb, right? Dewey Lutra says, this makes me feel so much better. I always so feel guilty wanting my own space, but I have to remind myself that it's okay to want my own time and space. Just as it's okay to want to be around people, it's okay to want space. Stop judging yourself. Stop guilting yourself and let your mind and heart and body be a signal to you of what you need. Hey, if I'm missing people, I'll be around people. If I'm needing space, I'm needing space. If I'm needing to rest and rejuvenate, I'm resting and rejuvenating. Raina says, I was having such a bad day and I was going to skip this live, but I'm so happy I'm here. Even reading the comments is bringing so much uplifting energy. That's amazing. I'm so glad. Thank you for sharing that. I'm actually going to take a picture of that, Raina. That's so awesome for me to read. And that's the thing, that the days when we don't want to work on ourselves is when we most need to work on ourselves. Listen to this. The days we don't want to work on ourselves are the day we most need to work on ourselves. So when you wake up tomorrow or the day after for this Love Your Life challenge and you don't want to come on, make sure you come on, because that's when it changes your life. Kelly, I absolutely agree. My children and family don't get the best of me when I only give them half of my attention. Exactly. And you need to give yourself the full of that attention first. So let's talk about energy. Now, we have roughly 60 to 80,000 thoughts per day, and studies showed that 80% of them are negative. Why is that? Why is it that we have built a negative dialogue with ourselves? Now, the first thing I want you to remember, and I want you to say this, I want you to put your hand on your heart again, and I want you to repeat this after me, and I want you to feel it in your body. Feel it in your heart. You're going to remember this. Feel it in your heart, believe it in your body, and mean it in your mind. Say that after me. Anytime I say an affirmation, anytime I speak to myself, I'm going to feel it in my heart. I'm going to mean it in my mind, and I'm going to believe it in my body, right? And that's why we're connecting our senses. I am not a negative person. Repeat after me. I am not a negative person. I want you to feel it in your heart. I want you to believe it in your body. I want you to mean it in your mind. I am not a negative person. I am not a negative person. I am not a negative person. Notice how every time I believed it more, I felt it more, and I meant it more. I want you to do the same. Once more, really want you to feel it in your heart, believe it in your body, and mean it in your mind. I am not a negative person. So often we built up this narrative of I'm a bad person, I'm a negative person, I'm a disorganized person. We start labeling ourselves as an overall, imagine you're looking at a book and you read one line. And so I've just taken one. So I'm looking at this book that I've got on my desk, and I've just looked at one. I've looked at page 52, and I've just picked a random word called burden. And what if I say this book is a burden? This book is a burden. It's a burden book. That's what it is. It's a burden book. Does that make any sense? Now, the book is actually How to Choose a Partner. That's the actual name of the book from the School of Life. But imagine I just take one thing and I go, the book's a burden. Does that make any sense? Does that actually make any sense? It doesn't make any sense. Because you can't judge a book by one word. You can't judge your life by one thought. You can't label yourself based on a repeating thought. Now, let's say I flick to another page, and also on page 76, there's the word burden. And also on the page 109, there's a burden. Now, what's happened? We've just kept repeating that word so much that it feels like that is what it is. Right? That's what it becomes. We end up repeating something until it becomes our reality, when actually they're not reality. So what I'm saying is, just because you've done something for 10 years, does that make it you? No, it doesn't make it you. And the brain has neuroplasticity. We can change, we can shift our thoughts. Our thoughts are like clothes that we get to choose. I think it was Elizabeth Gilbert who talks about this. Elizabeth Gilbert talks about this, and I was having this thought too. The Bhagavad Gita talks about this, about how You know, you can, if you don't like if you don't like clothes in your closet, you throw them away. If you don't like thoughts in your mind, you can throw them away. Think about thoughts like clothes from now on, right? Think about thoughts like clothes. If a thought isn't in fashion for you anymore, you can get rid of it. If a thought doesn't serve you anymore, if it doesn't fit you anymore, right? If a piece of clothing doesn't fit you anymore, what do you do with it? You throw it away. So if a thought doesn't fit with you anymore, you don't have to keep it in your closet. You don't have to keep it in the closet of your mind. Right? So how do we transform our mindset? How do we transform our mindset? How do we transform from that negative to the positive? So Vinny, a lot of you are asking, should we not be saying I am a positive person? Now, what I'm trying to make you first realize is that negativity is not a person, because we say I'm a negative person. You saying you're a positive person, you may not believe it yet. So really the right thing to consider is this, right? Really the right thing to consider is this. I create positivity by. I am a positive person when. When we add that when at the end, we then create a habit and an action. It's habits and actions that create people, not words. Habits and actions. So I know I am a positive person when I read every day. I'm a positive person when I take time for myself every day. I'm a positive person when, because you can create that positivity for yourself. Swapnali says, I just love this. If you don't like thoughts, throw them out. Yeah, I believe it's Elizabeth Gilbert who's talked a lot about that at length. But I got inspired by it as well, looking at some clothes. Ishani says, I love this. This is so powerful. I'm currently training for my first ultra run. I have to remind myself every day, I am a runner. That's brilliant. Now, I really believe that the way we shift our positive attitude is this. We start keeping small... See, we've been talking a lot about presence today. We've been talking about it a lot about... And here's the key. Self-love and self-trust, self-love and self-care starts with self-trust. And where does self-trust comes from? Keeping small promises and commitments to ourselves. That's how we create positive energy every day. We create positive energy by thinking out what are the positive habits I can do? And how do I keep this commitment to myself every day? How do I maintain this every single day? That's what makes the big difference, right? So I want you to almost look through the closet of your mind today and write down which are the thoughts that you like and which are the thoughts that you don't like. And any thoughts that you like, I want you to repeat them to yourself. And any thoughts that you don't like, I want you to stop weeding them out of your vocabulary. What you can do, you can almost keep a jar. And I want you to write out all the thoughts on individual pieces of paper that you never want to say again. And I want you to keep them in that jar. And every time you say something like that, you can add, you can remind yourself that that's gone in the jar. We don't say that anymore. We're rewiring it. We're reframing it. So I want you to almost do an inventory, just like you do in a closet and you're doing a spring clean. You look through a closet and go, why do we never spring clean our minds? Right? We spring clean our closets, but we don't spring clean our minds. That's what we need to be doing right now. Let's spring clean our minds of the negativity and go, what is it? Let's become interior designers of our mind. In my book that's coming out in September the 8th, Think Like a Monk, it's all about becoming an interior designer of your mind, right? That's what monks have done. They've chosen the thoughts that they want to be in their mind. Everyone, we're doing this together. Love Your Life Challenge. Presence and positivity are the first two tools of generating a life that you love. When you're present in your life, you can deal with the challenges, work through the problems, get through the pain. And when you're positive, when you're focusing on being positive about the thoughts, and being positive doesn't mean saying, I'm amazing, I'm positive. That's not positivity. Positivity is being able to spring clean your mind of the negative thoughts that are holding you down. And guess what? This was just day one. We've got 2 more days left, same time tomorrow, same place. I can't wait to see you here. A big thank you to all my Genius community that have showed up. I really believe in the value of coaching. I hope that you have valued this session and got so much value and impact from it. And I hope you're going to share it with everyone. I hope you're going to let everyone know to still join us. We have 2 more days left of the Love Your Life Challenge. I want you there. I want you to bring your friends. I want you to bring your family. Let them know to come and join us. Send them the link, jayshetty.me/loveyourlife, where they can sign up. I can't wait to welcome you all again tomorrow. Be there tomorrow for the next 2 tools. Today's tools were presence and positivity. You made it. You made it happen. You turned up. You pushed through. Push through again tomorrow. Push through again on Sunday. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining, sending so much love your way. That was our first today 40-minute workshop on the Love Your Life Challenge. Watch this again, make more notes, take the practices, take the habits, and you will make such a big difference. I'm going to read out some of your comments before I go out because I love this. And Jesus says, you are a light in this world. Believe that for yourself. No one can impact you if you're believing in yourself. Absolutely. Lisa says, sorry, I'm reading out more of your comments. Kerry says, I've already ordered 2 copies of your book for me and a friend. I can't wait to give it more as gifts. Kerry, that means the world to me. Thank you so much. Donna says, I prefer to write the opposite of negative comments to give energy to that and not give focus to the negative. For example, I'm not able to do this. Replaced, I can do this. Yes, and I recommend Donna saying, I can do this by. It gives you that action. It shifts you into that action. Okay, I'm going to take I might leave. I'm going to take a couple of questions that I can see. I would love to answer a few questions. If any of you have questions for me, I'm going to take 2 questions at the end of each workshop from you. Mariam says, wow, Jay, this session makes me feel like I'm charging my positive battery with every thought you're saying. Thank you. I love that. Okay, let's have a look. If you have any questions for me. Okay, Tikelva, I hope that's your name. I'm saying it right. Says, what can you do if you identify the reason why you feel negative around you and even you reflect that negativity too, but you don't know how to deal with it in your daily life? So negativity doesn't just go away. You have to wash it with positive habits. The morning breath you wake up with, you have to brush your teeth. The morning scent you wake up with, odor you wake up with, you have to wash your body. We have to wash our minds as well. Now, what washes our minds? Meditation washes our minds. What washes our minds? Reading spiritual, inspirational, powerful books washes and cleanses our minds. Those are the habits we have to take on every day. It's not going to clean it itself. So that's how you start. Harsha says, love today's session, being present and free from negative thoughts. I'm going to carry back a lot of clean thoughts. Thank you. I love that. Any more questions? Carolyn as well says, thank you so much. I love that I am positive when putting the action. How do you stay positive when around you is negativity? That is it. You have to come up with a positive habit every day. It's like saying, how do I stay clean if the water's muddy around me? Because you have to have a shower every day. How do I stay healthy when everyone's unhealthy around me? Because I have to eat healthy. It's the same way. You have to focus on creating positive habits in your day. And we will talk about more of those tomorrow. Same time, same place. I'll see you there. Bring more people. Thank you for tuning, everyone. I love you so much. I'll see you tomorrow.